Right, this is Headhunter on the Sega Dreamcast. I'm escaping from some facility and shooting, well, quite badly. Oh, reload your gun. This game plays a little bit like Metal Gear Solid in a way. Target then. This really is a nice looking game. I'm running this through a VGA lead, so with a VGA box, so it looks as good as it can, really, for a Dreamcast. This is one of the later releases on the console. I think it came out end of 2001, and yeah, I think the programmers have done a really nice job. Wow, this really does look nice. I haven't played this game since I bought it. I think I've only played it once. And yeah, I've forgotten how nice it looks. What do we have to do here? Not swimming, I don't think so. I want to get out on the bike.
There's some interesting stuff you haven't looked at.
Let's have a look then.
My graduation diploma from MIT.
Yeah, I think I'll just skip these.
An agent's handbook.
The gameplay's a little bit like... well, the action sequences are like Metal Gear Solid, but the... helps if I had a second analog stick to turn around. Yeah, I'd say story sequences, or, you know, this part of the game, reminds me a little bit of Resident Evil Code Veronica, because you've got sections where you've got to solve puzzles and manipulate objects and that kind of thing. Can you go in there? No. And then you get the sections where you're on the bike in the city, which are a bit like Grand Theft Auto. Oh.
Zweiberg's pretty much our top
Zweiberg.
a refugee from
I'm thinking of Zoidberg from Futurama. I don't think he developed that.
My father's Layla certificate.
Layla.
He insisted on taking
Yeah, I think that's the organisation you work for in this game. Although when I hear Layla, I think of Eric Clapton. Is that it? Ugh. I've missed something.
My father and the president.
Yeah, I don't really care at the moment. Ah, come on. Have I looked at that?
That's me, Daddy. Here, key card
Ah,
to the
okay.
elevator. Use it
Now
to
we get
in and
moving.
out through the garage. Feel free to drop by any time. Mi casa es su casa.
My place is your place, or my home's your home? Something like that.
Before you go, I have something to show you down in the garage.
Ooh, missus.
You can use my bike to get around town.
Yeah, at least we get the bike now. This Dreamcast really is quite noisy. I forget just how noisy the optical drive is. It's got that weird overheating problem, so I've also got a big electric fan pointing at it. I need to replace the power supply. Right, this way. I love this bike. I think it's the most fun part of the game, although it's pretty difficult to drive. The score is by a guy called Richard, is it Jakes or Jack? I think, I'm not sure if it's French or English, but he did a load of Sega games in the 90s, or the music for a load of Sega games, and these were games like Sonic R and Metropolis Street Racer, which, if you haven't played them, go and listen to the soundtracks. They're quite good. I like them. Yeah. I like these adverts. They're a bit like the propaganda from, or corporate propaganda from Robocop. I think this game has mixed together lots of different themes from films and games and things like that. I think it's quite a nice hybrid. yeah, this game came out in Europe only. It didn't get released in the US. It was one of two Sega games, and there was this and... Ooh, bollocks! Ah! Problem with... yeah. Problem with the bike is you can't steer if he's doing a wheelie. Ah! Go forward. What was I saying? Oh yeah. It was one of these two games, that was Shenmue 2 and this, and they didn't get a US release. And Shenmue 2 came out on the Xbox eventually in the US, and this came out on the PlayStation 2. But as far as I know, it tanked, which is a bit of a shame. It did get a sequel called Redemption, or Headhunter Redemption, and I think it was passed over by a lot of people. What am I doing? Oh, crashing. No, go forward, you fool. Put your wheel down. That's right. Oh, there we go. Whoa. Right. You've got to get 250 points, it seems. Skill points. I don't think I'm being very skilled. Oh, go to Layla. Right. Go forward. I forget just how painful the analog triggers are for the Dreamcast controller. I'm used to the Xbox with its chunky controllers, but these sticking to your finger when you press them down. Well, I'm probably just pressing too hard. There we go. Oh, crashed. Ooh, that was weird. It looks like Layla has some kind of cloaking device on its walls that you can walk through. Skip the cutscenes. Cash machines? Access denied. Ah! Who's this lady?
You may wish to consider a different career.
Yeah, certainly not a bike driver. Oh yeah, I remember now. This is the simulator. It's a little bit like... I'm trying to remember the name of it from Metal Gear Solid. The first one, there was like a virtual reality simulator. I'm not sure if is it VR simulator or VR missions, something like that. It's quite similar. Well, at least in my opinion. I think I played this before I played Metal Gear Solid. First time I played that was on the GameCube, so it's probably around 2003. Anyway, waffle. Yeah, this is a bit like Grand Theft Auto with its, or even Midnight Club with its checkpoint system. Go forward. I forget just how hard it is to ride this bike. Oh, wrong button. Try that again. Ah! Ah! Go straight. No! Stop wheeling. Put your wheel down. Down. There we go. Right. Exit. Good. Ah, yeah. This feels more like Metal Gear Solid. He's behind you. It's a shame you can't pull faces or rude gestures. That'd be good. Ooh, ooh. Crap, wrong button. Nope. That's the one. It's times like this you want the second analog controller. Or analog stick, rather. Ooh. Leg it. Oh. Right. Oh. Try again. I do like this kind of game where it makes you learn the game as you're going along without having, as you do in a lot of modern games, 10 minutes of someone talking in every... that sounds familiar. But yeah, every 20 seconds a dialogue coming up and you've got to read it and then you press it and you do something, and it's so tedious. Whereas I prefer to just experiment and just learn. Maybe that's just me. Oh! Give it one more go and I think I'll try the other mission. Yeah, I'm sure this training mission, or these series of missions, are harder than the rest of the game. It's almost like Gran Turismo, where you've got to get your license, and I'm sure the rest of the game is easier, or at least it feels easier. Right, okay, I might be in with a chance. I don't know if they can hear me, or whether they just see me. Right. Gotta wait for him to turn. Or her, can't. Went the wrong way. I'll try the next one. This is more like it. Got you, you sod. It's like I'm being shot by the Invisible Man. Yeah. That's it, I think. The character on this is called Jack Wade. It reminds me a bit of Snake Plissken. So with a name like that, you've got to do some shooting. Right, I think I'll leave it there. We're coming up to about 15 minutes, so yeah, final comments. I think this is a really nice game for the Dreamcast. It's perhaps a little bit difficult, or maybe that's just me, but I think it's a good showcase for what could be done on the machine. There are a few games that came out right at the end of the lifespan of the machine, and they really did rival what you could do on a PlayStation 2. I think the version on the PlayStation 2, at least to me, looks no better than this, and I'm sure, at least in this case, running it through a VGA lead looks way better, or at least the resolution's higher than a PlayStation 2. I think the sequel may look a little bit better. So yeah, well, the PS2 is more powerful than the Dreamcast, but the Dreamcast certainly isn't a slouch. Yeah, certainly a fun game. I think if you owned a Dreamcast at the time and didn't have a PlayStation, then you'd miss out on games like Metal Gear Solid. So this is a very good stand-in, even for later games like Splinter Cell. So yeah, I think if you can pick this up, actually no, pick this up, not if you can, pick it up. If you've got a Dreamcast, you should get this game. It's very good. Yeah, I think I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching.